Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Coach. Hope you guys have had some fun with the previous episodes. We've talked about some recipes, we've talked about some equipment in order to have an effective meal prep setup. This week, let's talk about the top 10 reasons to meal prep. Why are we doing all this? Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit me up with any comments that you got. Let's rock and roll. All right, so my number 10 reason, right off the bat, here's what I like about meal prep. It's knowing what is in your food. It's not going to a restaurant and assuming that they put the right stuff in there. You know what you put in there. You know what kind of chicken you bought. You know what kind of spices you used. You know what kind of seasonings you used. You know that your vegetables are fresh or if they're not. Those are all important things to me. It helps you keep accountability. It also helps you make adjustments down the road, whether you're trying to gain muscle mass or whether you're trying to decrease body fat. However, that body composition goes for you, knowing what's in your food gives you the opportunity to make adjustments. You're not relying on somebody else to do that. All right, number 9 is make grocery shopping easier. You've got a plan in place. You know exactly what you're going to do for the week. You don't have to deviate from that plan. You don't have to put a whole lot of thought into it after you've established that plan. So, you hit the grocery store, you hit those outside of the store, those aisles, you grab your stuff, you're in, you're out, you don't have to waste any time. For those of you who like to use those pre-services or the services from the grocery stores where they go pick out the food for you and you just show up and pick it up, makes it that much more simple. You're saving time throughout your day. Grocery shopping is simple. That's what we want to do. We do not want to overcomplicate this process. Number 8, portion control. Most of our problems are not in the foods that we eat, although, let's face it, some of it is that. It's in our portion control, and I'm a prime example of this. If you've put a pizza in front of me, guess what I'm going to eat? I'm going to eat the entire pizza. I don't eat a slice. I eat the whole thing. So, by meal prepping, you are already portioning out appropriately the amount of food that you need for that meal for that day. Now, how much is a portion of food? Well, there's a lot of different guides out there, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. But you've got that established. It's prepackaged. You pull it out, you either heat it up or eat it cold, whatever it happens to be that you have, and your portion is all taken care of. You don't have to think about that. Now, number 7 rolls in with number 8. You've got your portion control. Now we're also controlling our macros. I know exactly how much protein, how many carbohydrates, and how many fats are in each meal that I'm eating. Now, based on whatever my dietary makeup or nutritional makeup needs to be for that day, I can divide that evenly into my meals. I've got it already set up for me, and I'm good to go. I don't have to think about it, it's already set. So, with number 6, what we're going to talk about is stress reduction. This is not on the we're going to take away all your stress because you got a crappy boss type stuff. I'm talking about, hey, where are we going to go for lunch today? You don't have to worry about trying to figure that out with your coworkers. Your lunch is already made for you, it's already prepared, hence meal prep. That doesn't mean you can't have to skip out on the social aspect of going to lunch with your coworkers. You've already got it, you bring it with. Now, you don't have to wait in line. Reduce stress. You don't have to spend money that you don't have, or because you're trying to save for that vacation or trip, you're not wasting that money. You can get back to work on time because you're not worried about the restaurant not getting your lunch to you in time for you to get back. A lot of different ways to reduce that stress. Not having to worry about what you're going to prepare for dinner. How am I going to feed the kids tonight in between all their extracurricular activities? Stress reduction. It's a big part of that. Now that we've got our macros set up, we've got our proper portion control, the big part of all of this is it's saving us time in the long run. Although there's going to be a little bit of time investment on the front side. Now, whether you decide to do this on Sundays or Saturdays, I do mine twice a week. I like to meal prep on Sunday and I like to meal prep on Wednesday. You're saving time in the long run. You're not doing that usual come home at night, open the fridge, and have both fridge doors open for about 20 minutes while you stare into the blank abyss trying to figure out what it is you're going to cook for dinner. Same thing happens for breakfasts or lunches or whatever it is. That's already taken care of. When I open that fridge up, I've got my Tupperware right there. Everything's ready to go. I pull it out. My meals are planned. Boom, we good to go. Now, on that same topic, for those of you who have kids, you can meal prep with your kids too. How many of you have baseball and football and gymnastics and a million other extracurricular activities going on that you're trying to run around and figure out how you're going to cook dinner, get the kids here, get them properly fed, get them bathed, get their homework done? You've already got that all taken care of. Open the fridge, pull out the Tupperware, heat it up, boom, you're good to go. And number 4, how about not wasting food? Because you properly planned and you portioned all this stuff and you've made your grocery shopping a whole lot easier, you're now not wasting food. And don't tell me you don't, because I know every one of us goes to the grocery store when we don't have a plan in place. We buy a bunch of shit that we think we're going to use and we don't. We end up throwing it out, like the cilantro that you said you were going to use throughout the week that is now brown and slimy and nasty. We've all been there. We've all done that, particularly with our produce. It happens. So now I don't have to do that. I'm not wasting that food. Everything is already cooked up. It's ready to go. It's been planned. My grocery shopping was easy. I didn't buy a bunch of shit I didn't need. We're good to go. And number 3, we are starting to instill some healthy habits, not only in ourselves, but in our children. This to me is a huge, huge advantage. My children are starting to learn portion control. My children are starting to learn some planning and some discipline. They're learning not to waste food. All of those things are extremely important as they continue to go on into life. And those are things that can transfer into other aspects of their life. But how many of us would like to have back some of that money on all the food we wasted? Or on fast food crap that we didn't need? These are lifelong lessons. It's also instilling those things in us. We can take that discipline and start to apply that to other parts of our lives as well. So a huge, huge advantage is instilling those healthy habits, not only in ourselves, but in our family. On top of that, we're being an example for others in our lives, whether it's coworkers, friends, family. We're showing them this stuff can be done fairly simple, and it's not as difficult as a lot of people make it out to be. Number 2 is that increased energy. When you properly plan your meals and you properly space them out, you are going to keep your energy up. Your body goes through cycles. And if you constantly keep that fuel in there, you're going to have a better energy. You're going to achieve your goals faster, whatever those goals happen to be. Whether that's lose body fat, whether that's add muscle mass. If I'm putting proper fuel in there and proper timing, which is done through meal prep, I'm going to achieve those goals a whole lot faster. And last but not least, but certainly very, very important in all of our lives, how about saving money? You're not going out, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, and eating that bullshit fast food crap that does nothing for us but give us heart disease and increased chance of diabetes and all that other crap that we don't need. I'm having well-prepared meals. I know what's in them. I'm saving money. Money! As Jerry Maguire said, right? Show me the money. I want to save that money. That's one of those things that we can do. This is a great way to do it, not only with our kids. Do you really like sending your kids to eat school lunch? Because if you do, we need to have a long conversation. We ate school lunches. We know what they were like. Guess what? They've gotten worse. Why not have a meal prep for them? Send them with something that you know they're getting a healthy, well-balanced meal. Not some shit the government has put together and said, oh yeah, this will be great for your kids from the lowest bidder. Nah. Well-prepared food. Cheaper. Send it to them. You're saving money. Bonus, right?